Hey everyone, Christopher Dixon here. What's up? Hey, we're in our video series 20 Tips for 2020, and that is for professionals like you or like me who were seeking to revitalize or grow or add new life to our church, our business, or our small to medium-sized organization. However, when we started this video series earlier this spring, we weren't yet in the middle of a full-blown pandemic. So obviously, for those of us like you and like me, women and men who are in leadership roles, our goal has changed for 2020, and what we are looking to do is survive this time period and then hit reset as we head into perhaps 2021 or when we get past this pandemic. So tip number 4, follow with me in this video today. I think whether you are a leader in any of those types of groups I just mentioned, you'll find this information valuable. A number of years ago, I had a chance to listen to legendary speaker and trainer and businessman Zig Ziglar, and I had an occasion to hear him speak on 2 different times here in the Ozarks. And both times I got to meet and visit with him for just a couple of minutes. I didn't get to know him or work with him, but I did get to visit with him. And one of the phrases, he was legendary in the 70s and 80s and 90s into the 2000s before his passing. One of the phrases that he coined is, you can have everything you want in life if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. And his point behind that saying was that you have to give in order to receive. So if you go back to your childhood and you went to your mom or your dad and said something to them, a good example that I can think of is, hey mom, dad, I don't have any friends. And this is when you're maybe pre-kindergarten or preschool age. Your mom or dad would have said to you, in order to have friends, you have to first what? You have to first be a friend. Well, in regard to your church, and I don't care whether this is a very small church, you're the pastor or a leader in a very large church, and this is true with your business regardless of the size, or your small to medium-sized organization. Perhaps it's a nonprofit or something of that nature. This is absolutely true, and that is this. In order to receive something from your constituents, your customer base, your church base, you first have to provide something of value. So I don't care what type of organization or business that you're helping run. You may need to list out your values or your mission statement. You may need to write it out. But I don't think that if it's a restaurant, for example, just having more customers in the door or selling more food is necessarily a value or a mission statement. Same thing with the church. Just reach more people for God. It has to be more specific than that in this. How are we going to add value to the people who come here, to the people who subscribe? So let me give you an example. I see a lot of online marketers nowadays. They're everywhere on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Everywhere you turn, every form of social media, someone wants you to click and purchase something. And I am all for advertising. If you're a leader in a church, whether you own a small restaurant or a gym, whether you're even part of a nonprofit, you need to have a good understanding of advertising. But here's what that boils down to. Our customer base, our constituents, on some level inherently understand whether you are asking for something and just trying to get, or whether you're willing to give something first. So for example, this video series, 20 Tips for 2020, other than liking or following the page, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm not asking you to spend your hard-earned money. We are simply providing this, hopefully, as a benefit to you in your leadership role. That's the only goal behind it, this particular video series. And so what I would suggest to you before we wrap up today as a leader in your organization, your business, your church, is what specifically is your value set and your mission statement? And then along with that, how are you giving value to your constituents, your customers, those who you serve prior to receiving? And my tenet, my suggestion to you is this: when you give first and seek to give back first, you will be rewarded in what you receive in the back end. We'll close with this thought today. Whatever your leadership role is, if you're watching this video, first of all, thank you for following or watching, hitting like. But additionally, know that as this pandemic hopefully wraps up in the months ahead, that you are doing everything you possibly can to serve and serve well your constituents, your clients, your customer base. Know that. Check back soon for video number 5 here in 20 tips for 2020. We'll look forward to talking with you again soon.